So in my preschool, the kids come for 2.5 hours for 4 days a week, and as we try and do as much as we can therapy-wise in that short amount of time. But if parents are following through with this video, and we can have therapists following through with this video, and it's just consistent, I like a team approach, and that is always the most beneficial for the kids. Before Gemiini, DeMarcus was nonverbal, and he had a hard time following instructions. So when we'd say clean up, he would not clean up. And so then after Gemiini came along, he started to initiate with his peers. He started following directions. I would say clean up, and he cleaned up and came to circle independently without any prompting. And also, DeMarcus, since he's nonverbal, we were using a lot of sign with DeMarcus, or trying to, and he wasn't doing any of the copying the signs that we were doing. So then after Gemiini, one of the things that was on the video at first was fish and crab. And so he watched the video, and along with the video he was going, "What does a crab say?" And he was doing the signs immediately. So that was really exciting. And then also that same day I was doing Slippery Fish at Circle, which is a song that we do a lot in preschool. And he started making the fish face with his mouth, which is something that's very hard to do, to get that mouth closure, and we've never seen it with DeMarcus before. So he started going, which was really exciting. So we all cheered, and it was a big party, but we've seen great growth with him.
I'm the physical therapist. I come in once a week, and I see kids in small groups. So I have children with autism, children with Down syndrome. DeMarcus is a whirling dervish. He is in constant movement. I'm trying to teach him to slow down, to pay attention to what he's doing, because he tends to fall and is always in forward momentum. Since Gemiini started, he's stopping, he's looking at what I'm doing, he's recognizing, well, there's a stop sign. He's recognizing that he needs to stop. He's recognizing that what I'm doing, he, for whatever reason, wants to imitate. And that's really cool. That the implications of this for my world are huge.
We have a little boy in our classroom with echolalia, and it's very hard to get him to functionally communicate because he's repeating everything that we're saying all day long. And so if I ask him a question, he just parrots what I ask, and he does it with videos and with other IAs and with other specialists throughout the classroom. So he watched the Gemiini video about no repeating, and to try and stop echolalia from happening in the classroom and in other settings. And we went to circle time, and one of the questions that I ask is, "What's your job today?" And normally he says, "What's your job today?" right after I ask him the question. But that particular day he said, "I'm the weather helper." And it was amazing. He's never done that before, so that was very exciting. He started pointing out things that he would see outside the window, which he never did, especially unprompted. He just said, "Look, there's a squirrel." And at snack he was requesting. He also has a really hard time with his colors, and that's something that we've been working on a lot. And I told him to go sit at the red table, and he pointed at it and he said, "That's the red table." So that was huge, huge growth for him. About 2 hours from the time he saw the video till the end of the day, and he had accomplished all those things. I have differently abled children in this room, and some are severely impacted, and some are just here for articulation needs. And so the program is so great because I can turn on one video session, and Gemiini really targets it for all of my students. So they're all learning something out of it, and they're all really engaged. A lot of times I'll turn it on not expecting that the kids are all going to go watch the video, and before I know it, all 13 of them are sitting around the screen going, "Crab!" And even though some of them know that, they're still working on engaging with those nonverbal kids, and they need that peer model. So it's really exciting to see that happening within the classroom.
Levi is a student with autism that I've been working with for about 3 years, and I absolutely love Levi. Levi is just one of those kids that you want to get in their head, you want to figure them out, you want to help them be successful because you know that it's there, you just don't know how to tap into it. So we've been working with him, and he's making motor gains, but nothing great. Well, what I'm seeing since Gemiini is all of a sudden this child that when things got hard, he would start to shut down. Now all of a sudden he's challenging himself to want to imitate what I and what the other children are doing. That's very exciting for a child with autism because the implications for his life and his future are huge if he can do that. And he's engaged, he's making eye contact, he's coming up to me and holding my hand and taking me over obstacles. It's great stuff.
Things that we have tried to teach the kids in 3 years, in 3 weeks, they're making these gains. And it's just amazing. it brings me to tears all the time because I can't believe the kids are doing what they're doing.
It almost like unlocked a door, and it made that what we've taught them and all those years of hard work, all those things came flooding to the surface, and they started playing with peers appropriately and hanging their backpack up on their hook when they weren't ever. And those videos those weren't what they were watching. Those skills were what we've taught them. But because of Gemini, they were able to show us what they really knew. As a teacher, when you have a tool that's so easy to use like Gemini that can produce results like we've seen, it's amazing. And it really makes you feel like what we're doing has been working. They just haven't been able to get that out or to show us that they're learning. So through Gemini, we've been able to prove, yay, you know, the teachers are working hard, the therapists are working hard, and the kids are learning. I want to go to school every single day and see what they're going to do next, because we literally have a party in here every day, and we are celebrating the kids' successes like we never have before.
I just have to say, this has been the coolest experience for me. But the last month, I was working with a group of kids, and all of a sudden my children that absolutely were usually spinning and running and doing all the craziness, they were watching what I was doing, and they were modeling the exact body movements that I was doing, which are not easy for their bodies. And so I kind of went, okay, something is different, something is going on. I need to find out what's going on, because these kids are different than they were a month ago. So I go talk to Ellie, and she said, Gemini. Gemini is what we're doing. And so I went and I watched the videos, and I'm like, there's no way that this video can have this kind of carryover in gross motor. How is that possible? But it's possible because it's happening, and I'm seeing it every day now. It's great.
Okay, this is Allison Clark, and what actually is your title here?
Autism Early Intervention Specialist. The thing that intrigued me at the very, very beginning is that the children, particularly the nonverbal kids, really sat and watched the mouth. You know? And before they even tried making sounds, I could see them looking at that mouth on the video and trying to make their mouths move the same way. I've done it with all my kids. Verbal kids, I kind of used it for social stuff, dealing with social situations, more functional kind of communication. I've used it with two of my kids who were nonverbal a few months ago when I started it. It was pretty exciting because within the first week, 2 weeks, they actually started imitating the words on the video. And prior to that, they hadn't even imitated sounds.
And how old were they?
One was almost 4, and the other one almost 6, and they had both been in program for 3 years, and they'd not gotten any verbal imitation from them at all, not even sound imitation. So when they started imitating the video, it was pretty exciting.
How's their language now?
Amazing. The one little guy who's now 4, he imitates all words. Not just limited to the video. He imitates other children, he imitates other adults, and he's beginning to put 2 words together. The other little gal, who is 6 now, she's speaking in sentences. Still pretty much at an imitation level, but the spontaneous language is starting to come. When you find something that makes it work, it's so thrilling.
Elephant. 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 Lizard. 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 Bear. 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 Cow. 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 What does a cow say? Boo. Boo.